What's going on, everybody? It's your boy John Hester here at Hester's Motorsports in Raton, New Mexico, and today we got another custom build. This is a customer bought this machine from us, U-Force 1000 XL 2024. Took it home, did a little bit of riding with it, and ordered a bunch of stuff. Got everything in, got it all set up, got it all built today, and it's going to come this afternoon and pick it up. So let's get to this. So this is a 2024 CF Moto U-Force 1000 XL, the crew, and what we have on it, of course, you can definitely tell the cab, but let's start up front here. So we have Super ATV, high clearance arched arms. So we got the arched arms, which does many things. So number one, we have a much higher usable arch to it, much bigger, much thicker, much more durable than stock. Can take some rock hits. Has camber adjustment over here on the side, so you can adjust your camber wherever you want it. We do like to have about a -1 degree camber, which is a little bit of tilt in on the top. Sorry, got a little bit of wind today, so trying to turn the mic here. We have MSA M33 clutch wheels. We really like these wheels because it gives you a nice kind of a three-dimensional setup to it instead of it just being a plain wheel. This is a 10mm offset, which is essentially equal to a 4+3, so it's 10 millimeters off of dead center, so it brings our wheel stance out a little bit wider than stock. We have no wheel spacers on the front because of the offset, and then the rear we'll run either an 1.5 or 2-inch spacer. This one we went with a 2-inch spacer, which of course is going to, you can see up front, you can see the tire. I mean, the door is sticking out, but you can see the tire is sticking out past the body with 0 spacer. So we like that, and I'm going to get into that a little bit more here in a second. And then of course this is sticking out a little bit more, so you can see right there. So we like to run a 2-inch in the rear, sometimes an 1.5 if you don't want any fling out. You want it pretty much flush. 1.5 in the rear, nothing in the front, with a 4+3 offset wheel front and rear. So we square it up, make it really nice, really awesome on there. We have a Perfix 2-inch lift kit. This customer does want to get our shocks, but first and foremost, hunting season coming up, the cab and all this was the first thing. Get it all built, go through hunting season, and then probably this spring or summer he's going to opt for the suspension. And I'm going to have another video with this one and another one that we have built with the shocks to really show you what a massive difference the shocks are compared to doing a build like this. Because doing the bracket lift, of course everybody knows that it does stiffen it up. It does change the ride quality and all that. And just for proof, we got no preload in the front, and we got a little preload in the rear to try to get it as level as possible, because basically when you do the bracket lift, it kind of sits up high in the front, low in the rear, and we're trying to get it to ride as smooth as possible, but it's still no way near what it could be. You know, adding on the Hester Edition Elka suspension shocks to this sucker is night and day. Next up, we got, like I said, we got the M33 clutch rims from MSA, and then we have the Moto Ravage tires from EFX 30, 10, 14. Now a lot of people are like, well, I can fit 30s on my machine without the arched arms. Yeah, you can, but you're going to rub in here. Now with the bracket lift and how stiff it gets, yeah, you might, worst case scenario, rub that off, you know, and you might do that. But knowing me, I like to do everything correct, and I like to do everything higher end. So with the high clearance arched arms, like I said, we move the wheels forward an 1.5 inches, giving us more than ample room to clear for 0 rub. So that's the thing, 0 rub. We want it to be right. Next off, it's just like I said, these are so much bigger, and I have a video. Check out our YouTube channel, go to the CF Moto playlist, and you'll see why you want to put Super ATV arched arms on, and you'll see exactly it just, the size, the durability, it just way better. Now Super ATV is working on new arms to properly fit the XLs and, you know, 2022 and newer U-Force 1000s and 1000 XLs, because they're, you know, all this stuff got a lot bigger on those machines. They beefed everything up and just made it more robust. But as of right now, we're September, actually Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th, September 2024. Those are not out yet, so of course, you know, we have the custom brass bushings made, which of course will last forever. They do cost more, but they are a heck of an upgrade. I mean, they're so much stronger. There's zero play in these suckers, so there's no chance of you know, any of your toe changing because the A-arm's moving forward and back, and the tire wiggling on every single bump. It just makes a big difference when you have a really high quality bushing setup to it. The nice thing is Super ATV does now have UHMW bushings for both, you know, for basically all the years, 1000s and 1000 XLs, but they will only fit the stock A-arms as of right now on the 22 plus. They'll fit it, you know, they'll fit it on here, but we really can't run the 2019 to 2021 bushings in here because the bolts, everything is bigger. We would have to modify, and we'd have to weld on some smaller end caps for the smaller bolts. I mean, there's a lot more work. This is a lot cheaper way to do it. Very strong, very durable, very nice. And of course, if you're doing the Super ATV kit, you have to modify the Perfect lift. You have to do some cutting in order to make it properly fit. You have to flip some brackets. You have to do a little bit of tweaking. We do all that. So little tidbit on that: if you're ever doing this, you have to essentially, this rear bracket on the front, you take the driver's side, you put it on the passenger side, you have to cut it and get it to where it fits better. I can't really get in here too good, but let me see here. Let me see. So basically, see, this has been cut right here, and now this part, instead of coming outward, it goes inward to set flush on here. To have, you need to have that lateral structure on there, otherwise that bracket can twist and turn, and it could cause your shock to twist. You could snap this weld right off right here. You can snap that off and cause a shock failure, and that will cost you more money and damage than a set of Hester Edition Elka shocks that you don't need all that. So so I guess you could say best tech tip: just get our shocks. Just get our shocks. Go for the gold on day one. Come on, you're worth it. You're worth it. You can't tell me that your butt and your back won't love you for it. Come on. So back at this, we have CF Moto factory glass windshield with the vents. We have a CF Moto factory windshield wiper on here. We have CF Moto factory full doors with power windows. So we got the power window switch. This will control left and right here. So you got all that. Really nice setup. It's got this little deal. It stops the door so you can't open it too far, but gives you plenty of room that you can get in and out of. It fits into the frame. That's the nice thing on CF Moto. Fits into the frame. So when you shut it, fits inside and has an excellent seal all the way around. Really nice setup. Really nice. Like I said, power windows, all that stuff. So now inside here, you know, we've got the windshield wiper set up here, and the customer has plans for adding some more light bars and stuff like that down the road. So we already have installed our Hester fuse block. We call it the Hester Mule fuse block because it was originally designed, I designed it for the Kawasaki Mule Pro, but like Frank's Red Hot sauce, I use that shit on everything. So anything that requires a fuse block, I use our awesome Hester mule fuse block. It is awesome. Has six key activated power and 3 hot all the time, so you can do whatever you want. We've got some more builds. I got another build coming up. You're actually going to get a sneak peek of that build. It's not quite done yet. He added on more stuff to it halfway through the build, so we're getting all that in. But we really love this CF Moto machines. They've been great. They've been durable. Man, I can't say enough. It does really well. Now, once again, you know, we did not do the arched arms on the rear. The rear arched arms are really good. They're big boxed frames. They're very durable. Everything fits well. They work well. You have more than ample enough clearance, so you don't need them. The other thing, when running the arched arms, it moves your tire back. So if you're running our Hester Edition Elka shocks and you're running a bigger tire, it can hit back here because the tire's back more, and you could damage your bodywork here unless you modify your bed, raise your bed, or heat that up, or, you know, kind of modify it. But it works perfect because as the suspension comes up, because you have to keep in mind, suspension geometry, it does not go straight up and down. It actually is tilted back, so that way when it takes a forward impact, it could actually go up. Because if it was dead straight up and down 90 degree, that sucker would hit like a brick. It would only go down whenever you hit straight down, like on a big bump or something. But when, you know, coming up and hitting a rock or rut or something, you need that suspension to have that slight rearward tilt to it. It's more, you got about 11 degrees on the front, so you can see that upper arm is actually tilted because it goes upwards and back. Once again, the reason why you want the arched arms, because yeah, when you're maxed out lift out here, you got all this room with no weight, no hitting bumps or nothing, yeah, you're gonna be fine. But once that suspension compresses, it comes up here, and that's where you're gonna start hitting. So that's things to keep in mind. That's basic physics in a side-by-side. You got to work with the geometry and all that stuff. So as this suspension comes slightly back, that's where you'll hit right here. So that's pretty much why we say just run the front if you're going to run our shocks. Now you could do the front and rear. We have ways to do all that. So it's totally up to you. It's your machine. Whatever you want, we'll help you make it happen. And we've done it all. But with the Perfix lift, you know, it's got the brackets in there, lowers your sway bar down, all that there. Oh, we also went with glass on the rear window, so we actually have CF Moto's factory glass rear window here. So he opted for that. So really nice setup. The rear windows, of course, the rear doors, I should say, they do not roll all the way down. You got to think they're looking out for safety of like animals or little kids, stuff like that. So that's the reason why they do that. It's kind of a safety thing. But it opens up, you know, 2/3 of the way very easily at the push of a button. So no problemio there. So there's a switch for that, you know, the power windows on that. Works really well, really nice. With the CF Moto factory CADs, you're able to reuse the factory windshield mirrors, so you can reuse your factory mirrors in there and see them really well. And so got all this set up. So yeah, we've got, oh yeah, one last thing. Once again, you know, we're at 7,000 foot altitude, so we're at a disadvantage for altitude on power. You know, we have thinner, less dense air, means less horsepower. So with running 30s, now this machine, it does 30s bone stock clutch and everything pretty dang good. It's got an ample amount of torque. I mean, it's not a race machine by any means, but the sucker shits and gets. It gets up and moves, and it runs excellent. Very, very good. But when you want butter smooth, take off, working, rock crawling, all that stuff, and a huge jump in response and power to the ground, you got to get yourself the R&G Performance clutch. Now, we did the primary and we did an SRM3 secondary helix on here. Got it all reclocked. This sucker with 30s will outperform a stock machine on 27s. So big improvement on power, smoothness, takeoff, all that stuff makes a huge difference on there. So sorry, I'm up against the building here, so I'm trying to get the whole machine in here so you can see. Looks really well, and you can see, like I said, you got plenty of ample room in between your fender well and the tire back here, and it dang near matches exactly on there. So front A-arms in the front, hey, you would think I know what I'm doing, huh? You'd think I've done a few of these in my day. So works phenomenal. And of course, we sell parts and accessories nationwide. Basically dang near anything that you want. We're a CF Moto dealer, we're a Rival dealer, we're a 3-star dealer, we're a Kimimoto dealer. We got so many places that we're set up, and a lot of these places we can drop ship whatever you want. A vast majority of times we can do free shipping. We do discounts every single day. We don't just do deals every once in a while. We save you money every single day. We help you, and we make sure that you get what you're going to need to do the build correctly. So there's a difference between somebody, you know, selling you a part, like a website selling you just parts, and an actual build shop that builds these machines and know what fits. And we're going to help you not trip over $1 to save a dime. Do you see what I'm saying? That's also could be twisted. You could trip over a dime to save $1, but it's basically a trip over $1 to save a dime. And I always say that because I have a lot of people that their end goal is, hey, well, I want to get your shocks, but I'm just going to buy the lift kit. I mean, honestly, you could save yourself the money on the lift kit. Put that money towards the shocks. You'll get the shocks sooner. There you go. You know, you can do this setup as you see it. Arched arms, 30s, no bracket lift. You could do it, you know, and then save your money and get our Hester Edition Elka shocks, any one of the 5 stages. You can see tons of videos on those shocks on our channel here, and really nice setup, but just makes it more capable. It's gonna be a great hunting rig. They got a lot of hunts planned, just in time for some hunts coming up. Like I said, here it's in September. Hunting gets big around here, so we do we shift from summertime to hunting time. A lot of ranchers and stuff start, you know, selling some of their cattle in the fall. They'll come in between now and the end of the year, buy new machines. They need the tax write-off, so you know, from here on it just stays full bore. I mean, we don't we don't slow down, we just shift gears is what we do. So we're about ready to grab another gear and hit the NOS and lay it down to the end of the year, and then start over next year. And then we start building, get a huge rush of people looking for stuff in the springtime, parts and accessories all spring, getting ready for summer. So it's just never ending, man, I'll tell you. And I can't thank you all enough. God blessed us with all of you customers, just wonderful people, and I thank you, and I pray nothing but success for each and every one of you. I will tell you, nobody is pulling for you harder than me. I don't want anybody to fail. I want everybody to succeed. That's why you'll never see me down talk or put somebody down. There might be a product or something that I don't like, but that's a product. I won't put the business down, because hey, there's more to a business than one product. So keep that in mind. I'll always help and support everybody I can. That's what the American dream's about. So I want to thank you all for watching. God bless, and you have yourself a great weekend today. If you're watching here on Friday and you're going to be going out riding this weekend. but just give Hester's Motorsports a call. We're trying to work on an e-commerce store. We don't have it up yet. The website right there is all of our vehicles and stuff. So you just have to call 575-445-3558 Tuesday through Saturday, and we will get you set up. We're a bit old school. We like that high-end customer service. We like to take care of you and make sure that you're getting the right thing, and we give you great deals every single day. So there we are. Thank you all for watching. I'm glad you came to watch on this awesome U-Force 1000 XL we built for a customer in southern New Mexico, and they're stoked about coming for it today. That's why it's dusty, because you know it's got miles on it, and they used it and then brought it in, and we got it all taken care of. So got a lot of their parts back here. We got their wheels and tires in back for them to take. So this is everything that we took off, stock clutches, all that stuff. So give all that to them. Thank you all for watching. God bless America, and let's hope we get the right president in this time.